What's up, guys? This is Chalice and Chains. My name is Sam, and today I am coming at you with a RPG tech tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use Open Broadcaster software. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set it up so I can show you where to go to get OBS, how you can download the virtual cam for OBS so that you'll be able to use that with Google Hangouts, Skype, and some of the other programs out there as well. And then I'll show you actually how OBS works so that you can set it up and you can display things on the screen as you want. I'll also be going through a little bit of how to use OBS, how to configure it so that it works with your system, and how the different buttons and stuff work. So let's take a look first and see how you can get it. So first thing you can do is either Google OBS or go to obsproject.com, and then you'll see here you can click either Windows, Mac, or Linux, whatever your operating system is. Standard. You know how to download programs. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. Once you've got that set up and downloaded and installed, whatever, you come over here and again either Google OBS Virtual Cam, or you can go to the link up here. You can see that there. And then you have download now via external site, right? So you click on that and it downloads. So you've got the program. It's installed on your computer. We come back here. It'll look something like this. Now, you can see all these things down here: scene, sources, mixer, controls. Don't worry about that for right now. The first thing that we want to do is you want to go up to Tools. And you should see an option here that says Auto Configuration Wizard Beta. So you'll click on that. Now it defaults to optimize for streaming. Recording is secondary. This tutorial is focusing on being able to stream your games to places like YouTube or Twitch. So this is the option we're going to go with. You hit next. And then this is going to tell you your canvas, your base resolution, and your frames per second. Most people these days will stream at 1920 by 1080. You don't have to do that, especially for if you're just recording like a Google Hangouts window or something, but it's recommended. If you're doing this on a single laptop screen, you might have trouble, so it's recommended that you have at least one other screen before using OBS. So you hit next, and then you're going to need your YouTube or your Twitch stream key, right? So it'll default streaming services, and then it'll ask you which service you want. You can see there's a whole list here. I use YouTube, so I would go there. You leave server alone, but then you're going to need your stream key, right? So we'll come back over here. I'll open a new window, and I'm going to go to YouTube. So I'm going to go over to YouTube here, and then you can see right up in the top here is my logo. I'll click on that, and I'll go to Creator Studio. This is going to show you how you can get your stream key. So you can see over here where it says live streaming. You click on that. And down here under encoder setup, right here is your stream key. So you'd highlight it, hit Control C, or then you're going to want to come back to OBS, put the stream key in here. Video bitrate. I think it defaults, but I generally try to set this between 4,000 and 6,000, or 4,000 and 5,000. 4350 I think is the default. That's a pretty good one. I think you can do a little higher if you want, but this will tell you what the optimized settings are for your system in a minute. I prefer hardware encoding as well. I think it helps the process a little bit. Okay, so I hit next. So then it says these are the optimized settings, right? And it'll set everything for that. So I just hit apply settings. That's all you need to do, right? So that's pretty great. So now I have my settings here, right? And now we can go and start looking at OBS and how this works. So you've got the software configured. Now what do? You can see over here in scenes. Now I have a number of scenes set up because I've used this for some of my games. You'll probably just have a default here that says scene 1. Now you might want to set scenes so that, for example, if you want to do something like this where it says starting soon, you start this up a few minutes before the broadcast. You mute your audio, which you would do over here and over here, so that they can't hear you and they can't hear the desktop audio either. And then you just want to remember to turn it back on later, right, by doing that. And then let's suppose I want to come back to my regular screen here because we're playing the game, and then an hour or two in we take a break. See, I can set these different scenes, right? And this is simply done by creating a scene and then under sources, which we'll get to in a minute, selecting the image that I had saved. So we'll go back to, but let's just say you're going to just do a straight window capture of Google Hangouts, right? That's all you want to do for right now. Okay, so we've got mic audio set and desktop audio set already. So what do we need to do? You need to do a window capture in here. So under sources, you click the plus to add, and you want to go to window capture. And you can name it whatever you want. If you want to do Hangouts window or whatever, you can name it whatever you want. Now, it'll give you a window here. It'll give you a bunch of options, right? So this one is showing XSplit because I'm using XSplit to record this. I'm not going to do that, right? I want this. And I'll hit that. Now, of course, you will probably only have Hangouts open, right? So, right, you can see now we did a window capture. So again, you click on the plus, you go to window capture, and it let me pick the screen that I want. So this has your window right here all ready for you to go. But I mean, suppose you don't want to show all this stuff up here and you don't want to show everything on the side, right? Well, one of the things that I can do is, you can see I basically have made there's like a border. I've clicked on this, right? So if I hold down my Alt key on my keyboard, the left Alt key, and start dragging this in, it crops the window, right? So I can start, so I'm still holding Alt. You got to get right on the little circles there, right? Got this, that looks good, and then I will do that. Perfect, right? So that looks good, and it's only showing the pertinent area, nothing that you may not want to reveal. So then you can just drag it around the screen, right, by just clicking on it. So then you position it where you want it to go. I'm going to drag it out here. Now that's not quite perfect. There's still a gap down at the bottom. So if I hit Shift and hold Shift and drag that down, there, I've captured my window here. So I've got Hangouts going on here. Perfect, right? So that's simple. So this is the easiest way to do it. And then this will capture everything that you've got going on. But let's say you don't want to do that. Let's say you've got another idea. So I'm just going to remove this for a minute. So let's say you have a overlay that you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick an overlay that I have saved. So I'm going to go to Image. I'll title it Overlay. We'll see if it'll let me do that. Yep, okay. And then it'll ask me where, right? So I'll go to Browse, Desktop, go to Overlays, and I'll just pick, let's see, I'll pick this one. This was one that I ran before. Hit OK. So the purpose here was that I would be able to put my camera in this window here, and then my player's cameras in here. Okay, so I've got an overlay here. Now suppose I wanted to put, in this case, let's say I had Roll20 open. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to Properties, and I'm going to go to Display 0. Okay, so I got a window here, right? But it's taking up the whole thing. So first I'm going to shrink it. Then I'm going to use my Alt tool again to crop it. So suppose I just want the map on Roll20, right? I don't want anything else. Don't need the chat. I don't need my cursor icons and anything like that. I don't need my favorites. I don't need what's showing in my taskbar. I just do this. So you can see the customization that you have here to create the scenes that you want, right? So now this is cropped pretty much where I want it. Now I'll kind of move it up here a little bit, and then I'll shift and drag the corners to where I want them. Alright, so see, now we got the Roll20 window in there. And then if I had video, let's say coming through Discord video or Hangouts, you do the same thing, right? Let's say you've got that and you're ready to go. What you would do at this point is, I could go over here to start streaming. If I start streaming, this is going to start streaming to YouTube. Virtual cam. Let me show you virtual cam before I forget. If you're in Hangouts, I've got camera settings here, right? So it defaults usually to my webcam, but suppose I wanted to show what I have in my OBS window. Tools, virtual cam, start. Now, in theory, there we go. See, Hangouts is showing me what I need to see. Now it looks weird it looks all backwards, right? In the display here. Ooh, look at that. Because that's just how it shows up. When it's broadcast to YouTube, it's fine. But I could go over here and mirror it so that it looks good. You can see I can have fun here with XSplit doing this thing. But that's basically it, right? So that's how you use these tools. You can go through and you have your scenes, you have your sources, and this is where you select your different options: display capture, game capture, image. You can put text on the screen, and you can I don't know if this one allows you to pick a bunch of different ones. So like I have downloaded Star Jedi, which is like a Star Wars font, which is pretty cool. Let's make it bold. Let's make it 36 point. Let's select a color. We'll make it red, and we'll say, "May the Force be with you." Okay, and I can display this somewhere on the screen. Up here. Oop. It's hard to see because I made it red. That was not a good idea. I think I can change it here. If I go to properties, select color, let's make it yellow. Boom. All right, there we go. May the Force be with you. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff in here. But the point is, I wanted to show you this, show you how this tool works, and how you can use this to stream your games. If I were to start streaming, there, that's streaming to YouTube. See? That's streaming. Now I have this set up public, so any of my subscribers would see this. I'm not going to actually display this for much longer, but you get the point. That's how that works. So there we go. So that is really all we're looking at. It's how you use OBS to go ahead and accomplish all that stuff. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you did, let me know. I would be go ahead and give this a like, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want any more tutorials like this, please let me know. Hopefully at one point I can do a tutorial showing you how I capture Discord windows to display in the overlay here and stuff like that. This is it's not that complicated. This is pretty basic, but if anybody ever needs to be walked through it, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Chalice and Chains. That's where I'm at. So you guys have a great day.